Since the dawn of YouTube, there has been one man, not just a man, a machine, an idea, a YouTuber beyond all others. This legendary figure goes by many names: Penguinz0, MoistCr1tikal, Charles White, Greaseball, Big Moist, Officer Greg, Charlie. In terms of YouTubers, he is a god amongst men, the owner of many a moby huge, an unstoppable force of raw power and energy, and he is a perfect YouTuber.
There's a misinput, calm down! You calm the fuck down! Oh! Nice shot!
So what makes Charlie so special? Charlie is the epitome of the spirit of YouTube. His content has this unmistakable quality to it that wouldn't make sense on any other platform. No matter how big he gets, his content has this wholesome, homemade feeling that just can never be escaped. The man has been on YouTube for over 13 years and is living proof that anyone can succeed if they're committed. The content that Big Moist makes today is nothing groundbreaking. He isn't making the next Citizen Kane with each upload. But every video he makes is just so genuine and fun. He feels like your best friend showing you something he thought was cool for a little bit. There is no easy way to sum up this man's content. On any given day, you could get a playthrough of the worst game possible that he could find from the darkest recesses of Steam, or just a normal game, just normal gameplay of him and his friends just having a good time. You could get the highest quality slapboxing commentary of anybody on the platform, or just a reaction to random videos of a Karen freaking out at Walmart. You could get a review of the newest show, movie, or game, or you could get a video essay deep dive into a random obscure topic. Or if he's feeling really crazy, you might get a tactical paintball mission or some alternative cooking techniques. The man just makes a little bit of everything. Charlie's content is so diverse that he's probably covered every genre on YouTube at this point. He literally just makes whatever content he feels like making that day. And somehow it works. And a lot of why it works is because Charles White is one of the most genuine human beings on all of YouTube. Let's put this into perspective. The only reason he ever monetized his channel was so he could donate all the earnings to charity. Like when he started making money for his videos, all of it went to charity. It took him being unemployed at rock bottom at the lowest point in his life before he even considered using any of it for himself. And even once he started to use his YouTube money as like his source of income, he still donated half of what he earned to charity. The only reason he doesn't regularly donate to charity now is that most charities can be pretty corrupt with very high bonuses for CEOs that really go against the point of the whole charity aspect of the charity, but he still finds ways to give back a lot of what he earns. He was never in it for the money. He doesn't live in a mansion. He doesn't flex his YouTube bucks, except when he's buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But even then, the money that he does spend goes to stuff that he uses for content, like his arsenal or warehouse or addiction, or he can just pull a Mr. Beast and give money away to help people in his community.
There it is, my man. That's a world record on the 70-star, 50 gift sub, any percent route. It's all you, the secret ending to Super Mario 64.
Critical, what the fuck?
I always feel so bad for artists. A lot of times you'll read these stories about how they don't even get paid for a lot of their work, or like people that commission them end up not paying them or some shit. So I'd definitely like to show some support to some talented artists. This lady's been doing a great job from everything I've seen so far. The art looks wonderful. Holy tabbouleh, I've tapped into my wallet again! Activated the heart of my credit card.
That's so nice of you.
No, that's no problem.
This just goes to show how great of a guy Charlie really is. Despite having almost 9 million subscribers, he stays humble and is very true to himself. Despite all the opportunities he has to cash in and sell out, he doesn't. Despite being the greatest actor ever known, starring in The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, he is still here. His performance shook Hollywood to its core, but instead of leaving to become an actor where he would have amassed a wealth of billions, he continued to grow, helping others along the way. So how did we get here? Charlie started off, as many do, by posting gameplay. His first ever video was a Gears of War glitch video. And keep in mind, this was back when YouTube and the internet as a whole were really still in their infantile phase. There really weren't even any walkthroughs or guides for the game on the platform, so Charlie entered the space at a time where literally any any content would have gotten views because there was no alternative. So he started making sniper montages and walkthroughs, and over the years, he would start to build a unique style of his own. He developed the witty and sarcastic commentary that he's known for. But looking back to some of his oldest content, a lot of what people love about Charlie can still be found. The reason that this man has gotten to where he is today is literally just his hilarious and genuine personality. Charlie speaks in a very dry tone in most of his videos. This deep and sarcastic voice creates the perfect formula for his exceedingly witty commentary. He pairs his dry sense of humor with obscure references and instant destructions that go far beyond the normal roast. Anytime he reacts to a clip of someone doing something stupid, he responds with verbal bullet wounds that leave his victim to die where they stand. His creativity and use of crass imagery leads to some hilarious responses that can be found throughout all of his videos. Here are a few of my favorites.
You look like Bert from Sesame Street. I'm sure you get that one all the time, so that's nothing new. Your hair looks like Anthony Sullivan's smart mop after it was used to clean up a pile of Chaz Finster's pubic hair. I'm actually really glad you chose that hairstyle though, honestly. It lets people know you're a douchebag without ever having to talk to you. And here we're immediately introduced to our three protagonists of this short film. Now the one who's currently shouting is exactly what I picture in my head whenever I think of an evil librarian. She looks exactly like a mean, angry lunch lady from a Pixar film.
This style of humor has remained constant with Charlie from the very beginning, and it's part of what makes his content so fun to watch. He always has a comeback, he always has some random analogy that's just hysterical. He posts twice a day and streams almost every day on Twitch, but he fails to disappoint in every appearance. And there's no doubt that by now you've seen at least one of his clips out of context, because his wit has become a great source for meme formats.
I'm already coming out here flexing a little bit, letting you know how seriously I'm taking this challenge, so allow me to slip into something a little bit more comfortable.
But what makes him a perfect YouTuber is much more than his humor. As I said, he often posts twice a day, but his content is never forced. He says what he wants to say, shows off what he wants to show off, and says, "That's about it, see ya," and ends the video. Or if it's like a stream highlight, he just cuts it. He isn't calculating the length of each video for prime monetization. He isn't trying to maximize clickbait. Almost every thumbnail is just a screenshot from the video, maybe a little stretched out, maybe zoomed and enhanced, but that's it. All of his titles and video ideas are seemingly random. Like, let's just go through a few in a row here. We got Art is a Scam, Real Zombie on a Plane, Absolute Madness, a Moist Meter, the music video, the official podcast, I'm the Smartest Man Alive, Reptilians Finally Caught, How to Defend Yourself Against an Astronaut, I'm the Alpha, I'm Taking Control. This is what I've been waiting for with this glorious thumbnail right here. My ultimate move. I challenge Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. I'm the pole dancing god. My new favorite game. Snoop Dogg is the best Twitch streamer. I chased a hurricane. Worst workout product ever. Bidet disaster. Mr. Beast Burger tier list. I rescued hostages. I made chicken and it was a disaster. Like, these are all so completely different but tied together with the same sense of humor that the entire channel has going for it. A lot of his fans aren't like diehards watching every single video, but you see a title like this pop up and you're like, yeah, I'm watching that. What does Papa Moist have for me today? And in the description, it will almost always say, "This is the greatest blank of all time," which is just one of those little touches that make each upload even more special. Charlie literally just makes whatever he wants to make, and each day it's something new. Sometimes he's eating the world's hottest hot sauce. Sometimes he's ranking frozen pizzas. Sometimes he's telling you a story about a current event, and sometimes he's riding a vehicle made from a Moby huge. It's something different every time. This is just the amalgamation of all of YouTube summed up into one man, one moist being. He's a commentary channel, a react channel, a gaming channel, a game show host, a cooking channel, a demolitions expert, a video essay channel, a review channel, an art channel, and literally anything else you could think of. It doesn't matter what the Moist Maniac does because everyone is watching for him. time. I think the best moments on his channel are when he gets really hyped up about something, either ironically or unironically. Just seeing him overreact to seeing like a garbage truck is hysterical. Seeing him commentate on slap boxing is inspiring. He just wants to entertain, and I think that's what sets him apart. He just makes the content that he wants to make, and when it's over, that's it. The video is over whenever it's over. There's rarely an outro, there's no superficial quality. He just jumps right into the topic, and when he's done, pieces out. Beyond YouTube, he started an MCN, or multi-channel network, called the Human Media Group with his friend Matt, which exists purely to help content creators and make sure that they aren't being taken advantage of. They recently helped out a channel by the name of Nuxtaku who had been unable to claim his YouTube ad revenue for years. With their help, he was finally able to claim hundreds of thousands of dollars that were being gated away in his AdSense account. The Human Media Group was originally started because Charlie was being very unfairly mistreated by his MCN at the time, so with Matt's help, the two of them were able to start their own MCN to ensure that it wouldn't happen to anyone else, and I'm pretty sure that Charlie doesn't even make a dime off of it. If anything, I'd guess he's probably losing money off of this, but he literally just uses it as another platform to help people. He's even starting his own esports org. That's right, MoistCr1tikal, which he originally started as a joke, but he's using it to support the Smash pros Cola and Aaron. And the goal of this new org is just to help out players that need extra funding, getting them to events and whatnot. And again, he's probably losing money by doing this. He just always seems ready to help wherever he can, even if that just means showing up in someone's YouTube video or voice acting in Killer Bean. That's right, he's in Killer Bean.
Where are you, Kessler?
You're too late, Killer Bean. I'm in my bathroom bunker now. It's got a 4-inch thick solid steel door surrounded by 8-inch thick concrete walls.
And he'll only do something if he's really passionate about it. You can tell that he enjoys every video that he makes, and you can see the passion in everything he does. He recently revealed that he had been working on a graphic novel entitled God Slap, an ultra-violent action series about slapping, which went out of stock immediately. And he made a bunch of videos apologizing to those who wanted copies because he didn't think that people would be that eager to support it. Like, he's just so humble and genuine about literally everything. And you can tell just how much he cares about every single project that he works on. His goal for God Slap is for it to get picked up by a streaming service for an animation, and I think it would be really funny if it got picked up by Amazon Prime so they could further monopolize the violent superhero show genre. But it's clear how much effort and thought has gone into just this one project, and that passion envelops the entirety of everything he does. Every video he makes, he just wants to show off something he found interesting and wants to share with the world. So why is Charlie a perfect YouTuber? He is one of the most genuine and down-to-earth people on the platform. He's a consistent force for good that makes the videos that he wants to make. You can tell sometimes that he isn't sure if people are going to care about what he's talking about in a video, but he makes it anyway. He doesn't make the content for the views. He does it for the sake of creating the content. He does it to give people something funny. His content doesn't need to be elaborate or over the top. It doesn't need hours of production value. It's raw. It's very homemade. Although his video quality and production has gotten better over time, it's still the same vibe of that kid that started his channel with nothing more than a cheap camera from Best Buy. Charlie embodies the essence of the early days of YouTube. He doesn't go out of his way to clickbait you with millions of red arrows pointing to a $19 Fortnite card. Half of his thumbnails are literally just pictures of himself in his chair. They're probably just the YouTube like auto-generated thumbnails. It's just so genuine and so down to earth. His content is very funny, and it doesn't matter what the topic is. He can make watching a garbage truck the most hype experience of your life. I don't think there's a single person on this platform that has been around for as long and has remained so consistent and so genuine as the years go on. As his channel grew, he didn't change. Fame never went to his head. His content never became about making money. In fact, the more he grew, the more opportunities he was given to give back and do funnier videos. Like, this one is literally just him shooting potatoes at a tennis racket trying to make fries. This is peak content. This is what YouTube is all about. But the man has just been such a force for good on this platform, and his community is one of the least toxic on all of YouTube. He's not afraid to talk his mind. He's not afraid to be real. And yes, he'll talk about his actions and his accomplishments as if they're the greatest accomplishments ever made to mankind, which they are. His appearance in the Mockingjay Part 1. It brought tears. It brought tears. His sarcastic tone is heartwarming. This man is 5 feet and 6 inches of pure power and hilarious content. He is the perfect example of what every YouTuber should strive to be. Now, I'm gonna leave this video with one last point. His content isn't for everyone. You might not like his sense of humor. You might not like the vulgarity that he uses, whatever. But nobody can tell me that this man isn't exactly what YouTube is all about. He's a self-grown entertainer with millions of fans, but he comes off as a childhood friend. He comes off as a person who just wants to make the world a little bit more bearable. And while he does all of this cool charity work and helps everyone he can, he never makes it a spectacle. He never makes it the focus, which is very commendable. He stays true to himself and makes the content that he wants to make, and I think that makes the world a better place. And that is what makes him a perfect YouTuber. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.